My camera fell. Oh my God. Anyway, what's going on, guys? So I just seen My Live. I don't know if you guys know what that is. It's a Michigan administrative site where they release videos of that are of public interest, where there's a lot of it's very questionable, and they want to get ahead of it, so that they put out their rhetoric on it, and it's just bullshit. You know, that's what it comes down to. But anyways, we all know what that means. But and I have video to show, and I also have, like, Supreme Court case law that came out from this type of behavior from police officers that were it's just this kingship. I think the Democrats are onto something here. Is Even though I'm not political, I look at it and I say, wait a minute, hold up. There's something wrong with people that are masked up and not identifiable on unmarked vehicles, snatching people up without due process in that manner. I got a problem with that. I don't care who you are. I don't care what kind of warrant you had. I just got a problem with that. And I think there should be some due process with it. Um, there are other things that's in this video that is missing. The reason why they called, I just want to give you some context right here. The reason why Grand Rapids cops were called I'm assuming it's because they left what's missing in this video with us people, us professionals out here that's been dealing with these cops, knowing. I mean, we turn into professionals because we've been victims of their ignorance and their ignoramus ways, and because they're so ignorant, we have to, bridge the gap by forcing them and public shaming them, and the making them feel the Ferguson effect. If you guys look that up, you'll see it, where cops are afraid to do their job because of the Ferguson effect. But it's sad, and they do it to themselves. It's all self-inflicted because they're pushing a false narrative. So I'm assuming that bootlickers don't like the Second Amendment, called the police and said that this guy was wearing all this. And I will explain to you that he was doing like the armed fisherman. You guys know what the armed fisherman does, right? In Florida, we all know what he does. This guy was doing the same thing. He just happened to be a person of color, and he's an African American, and that's even more dangerous. Boy, he's got a lot of balls doing it in Michigan, but I mean, at least they didn't, kill him. The last person that they killed that actually did commit a crime, but not enough to be executed over. Kent County's prosecuting that police officer, or I don't know if they did or if they didn't. I don't know. But anyways, let's watch this, and you guys tell me what you think too, and just watch what's missing here. Let's watch the whole thing. Oops. I don't know why that keeps doing that. All right.
Go over that way.
So you see this guy right here? He's armed. He's got an AR-15. He's got a sight. He's doing what the armed fishermen doing. And these other people that are standing around there, they're like, hey, man, we're just bystanders and blah, blah, blah. And let's go.
He's got 2 hands.
Keep going, dude.
We get one more car here.
Yeah.
He'll come back to us.
Yep.
He was compliant.
So he's telling this guy right here let's go back and look at that real quick. He's telling this guy right here, but get his fingers out of the way, to keep going. He's telling this guy right here. I don't know if you can see my cursor, but it's right here. There's a guy in a white shirt that is standing over here, and he's telling them to get back because of these armed people. He's telling these people to get back all through this.
Yep.
You know the
Get
unlawful
back
directive.
over this way.
And even this officer right here, she's telling these people on private property to get off of their property as they're talking to people that are like saying, this guy ain't doing nothing wrong and these guys are overreacting.
One, please, let's go. You're in the backstop, man. Okay, we need to get you back just because you're in the background of a could be bad situation. Okay, back up. Back up. Back up. They already told me what's going on, so back up, please.
So she started saying that this is what this lady is trying to tell this ignoramus is the guy is fine. He has every right to do what he's doing, and he's in public, and he's got an AR-15 and a sidearm, and we have a stand your ground law. You have the right to self-defense in the state of Michigan. MCL was it 750 or no 789.2 that tells you have a right to stand your ground while not in the commission of a felony. You have a right to defend yourself, and it goes on further in that 2000 decision to make that the governor signed in 2007. Excuse me. Also, this is a stand your ground state. Therefore, you can lawfully open carry in the state of Michigan.
Please back.
Keep going. Go now.
So now he's talking about people in private property. Okay. You see this guy, he's got his hands up right here, and they're telling other people to leave. And they've already told him that he's a Second Amendment auditor.
It's your last chance. You're going to jail. Back up now.
This pig right here that is given those unlawful orders is wrong. And I'll show you later on if you reference what happened in that middle school, Sheriff Israel and their deputies. The Supreme Court has ruled that, and it goes all the way back to the 1800s and the early 1900s, where there's case law on it, where public servants and CPS and other people do not have a right or a duty to stop your parents from beating you if they were there. They don't have a duty for public safety. It says so. So they were going off those old laws and told that Sheriff Israel don't have the duty for our safety for us to back up in these type of situations. So it automatically tells you that this officer that's telling you to leave private property without being the people that have the duty to trespass you off their property, he's not the owner of the property, therefore he cannot tell you to leave the property, and he shouldn't be soliciting, using and abusing his authoritative position and that uniform to make these people feel like if they don't listen to you, then you're not going to, protect them in the future if they want to call you for a call for service if somebody's robbing them or something. That's what these stores get afraid of, like these gas stations. When you go and you start recording on them, they go into that bootlicking mode and they think they have to do it, and it's just all lies. And it's that kingship crap that every American should be talking about.
Around the other side of the Walgreens. Well, you're in their backdrop, so it's not a good place to stand.
You see, it's not a good place to stand. So the officers are telling them, hey, you're in danger. That is his whole duty right there. He doesn't have a lawful ground to put his hands on you, push you back, or make you leave. No duty to retreat.
Last chance to go to the sidewalk, you're going to jail.
Unlawful directive. So now they get this guy over here, and this is what's crazy about this whole video. They get this guy unarmed, and we don't talk about this no more at all. It just goes to those people that were standing lawfully in the parking lot, minding their own business, watching them, and see how they were going to handle this guy doing what he's doing.
Going down the hill, stop right there. I'm having you come to your right, okay? Yes, sir. Come to me. Keep coming this way. Come 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 this way. Stop right there. Okay.
It's right here on my hip, and then you can take this off my neck.
All right. I'm gonna take this off of you.
Yep. It's one in the head, and then chamber.
That's on me. Sorry, Sean.
And then you could just take this off my neck. It's strapped on.
Yeah, 41917 case out that way.
All right. Yeah, that's on me
And
again.
my ID is right here, sir.
Now you hear the brother saying, "Hey, here's my ID," and I mean he's totally like surrendering to show that he's not a threat and that he's just lawfully exercising his Second Amendment right.
Pistol, the AR pistol, is in this wallet right here.
Okay, perfect. All right. Anything else on you?
No. You go ahead and tie me down, sir.
Now, you see how they skip that? We are no longer, I'm going to tell you right now, we are no longer going to hear about that situation because that was a Second Amendment audit. Now they're taking it out. The cops are pissed off in Michigan, and now somebody's got to pay for this. We got to call for service out here. So all these free-thinking Americans that you're seeing, see this right here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All those people that were in that parking lot next door, now they're all over here talking to their friends and neighbors, and guess what happens?
Sir, you're under arrest. Put your hands on top of your head.
Listen, I put my life on the line for that.
Don't dig around in your
I'm
pockets.
on the way.
Right?
Listen, hey,
Back up or you will go to. Back up or you will go to jail too.
You hear that? Okay, for the very same reason that they're doing this to this man, they are now telling those other free-thinking Americans that they cannot stop these people. Let me tell you something. There is a law, a Supreme Court case law out of South Carolina, or it's either South or North Carolina, where State versus Mobley, where you have the right to resist an unlawful arrest. And these people should have, in my opinion, they should have took these cops down and put them in cuffs and, called the state police and told them to come get these criminals because they're violating their oath. They're committing treason because they're not coming up to par with Aaron B. Cooper and Sheriff Israel. They don't have no duty to give you an unlawful order. So therefore, the unlawful orders that they're arresting him for, that type of obstruction, don't exist. Because we all know also with Aaron B. Cooper and treason, and violating their rights, and Sheriff Israel, and the last people that showed that police officers don't have a duty to keep you safe, therefore that all those directives are moot. We also know Houston v. Hill's very clear too, that speech and assembling and creating Houston v. Hills, Smith v. Cummins, and all these different cases where we all know that we have a right to record our people in public. That was a public space, even though it's open to the public, but it's private property where these people have no authority. Well, even if it was on public property, you wouldn't have authority. And I'm going to prove it to you right here in my next video. But I'm going to show you what happens here.
Hey, get down, damn it. Hey.
Back up now where you go to jail. Back up.
Now you see this guy right here? Check it out. Now he's telling him to back up. You don't have no reason to back up. They're at least 10 feet from him.
Come on, man.
You need to back up.
Now look, he pushes him right here. Watch what he does. He gets in his face and he pushes.
Touch me, dude.
Now he told him not to touch him. That right there gave this man every right to defend himself because this officer is already violating the first guy's rights, and they're already unlawfully arresting somebody. Now he's going against somebody else. They're just totally. I don't know if it's maybe they're racist. I don't know because these are all black people and these are white cops. I don't know.
I said don't touch him.
Oh, he's pushing women around. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. I need to slow this down because this guy's running over there. So let me slow it down so people could see what's actually going on. And I'm just gonna get rid of the audio because I don't want to hear the. We want to see it all good. So let's just watch this. Look at this. all because their egos are hurt. This is called attempted cop. These are people standing their ground, fighting back. He has every right to resist that unlawful order. Okay, and that's it. There it is. There it is. Let me see something. Wait a minute. Is there a story? Is there a bigger story behind this? Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me see. Okay, yeah. I didn't see. I thought I seen a weapon in his hand, but it wasn't. Let me make sure again. Because I was wondering why I'm not understanding why they're showing this video. It's not making any sense to me. Because this guy that got arrested right here, this dude, obviously he checked out, they gave his stuff back and they released him. Okay. There's nothing about this. It says police body cam footage shows moments leading up to a viral high tense situation. This is where that kingship that these Democrats are talking about is a real thing. It's just that they're using all the wrong examples. You can't take a law and say that we're going to break the law because I feel it's wrong. You got to change the law. Okay. Until then, Donald Trump's going to take it all the way to Supreme Court and win on that with those ICE. And I don't agree with it. I don't agree with how they were let in by the one side unlawfully. And now these people were lied to. And now they're the people that are working, that have been working here for 30 years, happen to be working next to one of the felons that, that Donald Trump said he was going after. Christine Holmes said that they were going after, right? They said they were going after these people. And now the people that are in these guys' work areas that where they don't have no green cards, now they're being deported too as well. And it's just bull. They don't have to get rid of these people. Been here for 30-something years, paying taxes. I don't want to hear that crap. They do have a right to due process, and especially the dreamers. Hands off, leave them alone. So I'm going to slow this down just a little more because I want to see that one part there. It's just my opinion, guys, and I'm going off of feelings that are based off of facts, not just a Karen or a Darren and just being entitled to this, and now I'm going to fight over it, and I'm misleading a whole thousands of other people, and now they're all fighting for all the wrong reasons. So when the U.S. military does do what they need to do inside L.A., unfortunately, they're going to be right because of all of what these Democrats have perpetrated upon the American people, leaving our border open the way they did and letting 20 million people in our country without vetting them, and other people that wasn't fair. Mexico has its border. You can't do that in Mexico. You can't do that in Canada. You can't do that anywhere around the world. Why should we be able to do it here? And I'm talking about in the Western Hemisphere where they're all democracies around me. I cannot go into Canada. Canada is a democracy too. I personally cannot go there. They will not let me in because I have a felony. And it's just wrong. It's bull crap. Anyway, so let me get to that point at the end again, right here, just to make sure that this guy didn't pull out a gun on this cop. No, it didn't. All right, good. So I slowed it down to nothing. So I'm sure you guys seen it. Let's show it again. They once they got this guy right here, unlawfully detained him. They thought they had reasonable articulable suspicion. They don't, because just because you get a call for service doesn't mean you can't use your brains. And they just think that in the police culture that they have to identify you. And that's just a policy. It's not real. It's all lies. So that's why you don't hear no more about that story here. I'll let that play out from that point. That's why you're not hearing nothing about it, right? They disarm them. Look, they don't talk no more about it. They go straight to the people and
okay, perfect. All right. Anything else on you?
No, you go.
in the parking lot. Why? Now see that? They're not saying, oh, well, he was released and blah, blah, because they don't want to let you guys know that what his behavior was constitutional. If anything, they want to show the deterrent. This is why this video is going like this. This is why My Live released it. They are doing it to mislead you. My Live is full of crap, and you'll see. Go there and leave a mess. Go there and leave a message. Here, let me click this link. I'll put it in the description, and you guys can go and watch it and say, I agree with Wolvie. If read what I said, and I'm saying what I'm saying now is that we know that the story behind this is full of crap. That guy did not commit a crime. He was lawfully exercising his Second Amendment, and these ongoers that were on private property that was not trespassed after they dismissed and let that other guy go, because you don't see him in custody. You don't see these police officers saying anything else. They're just acting on their straight up feelings, and we know it's bull crap.
Sir, you're under arrest. Put your hands on top of your head.
Listen, I put my life on the line for that kid.
Don't dig around
I'm
in your
taking my
pockets.
phone away.
Right?
Listen, hey,
Back up or you will go to. Back up or you will go to jail
Take
too.
my phone, please. Okay, so I get down, damn it. Hey.
Back up now or you go to jail. Back up. Back up now.
Come on, man.
This is nothing but a deterrent thing. He put his hands on him and he told him not to do it.
Back up. Do not touch me,
You
dude.
do see why their faces, criminals, they will show their faces. Okay. You see that? They're not showing their face. Everything here, that right there was unlawful. Grand Rapids cops needs to be fired and charged with assault.
I said don't touch me.
And he assaulted that woman for recording him. Yeah. That guy was exercising his second. These people were exercising their first. And look at all this. Look at this. They're just trying to get this pig to stop attacking them. You pigs, if you don't want to be called that, my suggestion to you is stop acting like you're an authoritarian. Stop acting like you're God. Like I said, that cop that was unlived, was it worth it? Pull somebody over for 10 and then, fade to black forever? Is it really worth it, cops? Just asking. Anyways, you see that's it. There's no more on this. They're trying, this is a mind game that they're playing with people. The state is playing a mind game with you. Okay? They're trying to tell you that it's not okay for you to stand your ground and be a free thinking American and think for yourself. And they think that they're your mom and dad. They can tell you what to do anytime they want. And it's just not right. So I'm going to prove to you in one of my videos. I have a video right here that I'm going to show you that is just, it is similar to this situation. And I tell them, look, they tell me that I can't do what I'm doing. And this was a guy was committed a crime, and he was holding his family hostage. I don't know if a lot of you have seen this or not, but this happened a couple years ago, but here it is. What's happening, man? Okay, I'm gonna get as close as I can now. Just disseminating. But are you giving me wait a minute. You're not giving me a directive, are you?
I'm just asking you to stay back for your safety.
All right, good. Thank you. That's not a directive. I can choose to do that. Please don't do that, because my viewers are going to call me out on it. I respect y'all, and you know I do. This is when I had respect for them. This is when, Lincoln, or not Lincoln Park. I basically respect Lincoln Park, but Wyandotte, I just totally, I am fumigated with. I am furious at their unlawful, unconstitutional kingship that they have there. And boy, do they they are going to learn a big lesson here in the future. Guy that ain't coming out of his house, dude. I don't know what his problem is. They got
They got SWAT on the way. They fixing to do the whole routine. Maybe he took too many meds. Who knows? Maybe he didn't get enough. Who knows?
It's exactly, Terry. It's I'm the law. Therefore, anything I say is lawful. It's just that's that ego.
I know
That's that deterrent that they automatically use. I'm the sheriff. I'm the authority. And who do you think you are? Don't you dare talk back to me. You do as I say. That right there, that's a kingship. That's a dictatorialship. Kings do that.
he obviously is got some issues, and I'm sure Lincoln Park's going to do their best. I've never had a problem with Lincoln Park, and I hope I never will, because I support them. Be sad if they lost my support. Yeah, we'll see. You never know. But they do got the streets blocked off all the way around the block. Those of you who are watching, you know what's up. Look at all this confunction, man.
So let's go back to where I have men that are trying to tell me what to do, and they're walking by me with their ARs, and they're trying to say, "Sir, you need to get back. Sir, you need to get back. Sir, you need to get back. You need to get back." You know, and just hold up. Let me see if I can. Yeah.
I got permission to be here. We see. Oh, is this shit gonna get? Tell me I ain't gonna get an exclusive. Tell me if I'm gonna get an exclusive. I'm sorry. Gotta pull my pants up, y'all. I'm being told to. You don't got your weapon pointed at me, do you? I got permission to be here. Don't trip out. See? He's telling me to go back. I don't have to, sir. Well, if I get shot, it'll be on me. You're not responsible for my safety. Leave me alone. See that, guys? They're gonna try. I'm sitting here with the owner's permission. Hey,
That's why I was saying, like mom and dad, that mom and dad thing, like we don't know no better. You know what I'm saying, Jonathan? Like we're a bunch of kids and we don't know no better. And that's just not right.
it's a gun. He said it was a gunman situation. So obviously they have somebody that is held up. Remember this guy, Wolverine Transparency, getting up, getting down. Look at him over there. He's getting open. He's really hurt for me, not listening. I am in the.
302 great.
Gotta.
So just to show you right here, this garage right here is where this guy is, and he self-terminates, and he does it. I actually hear the gunshot. He already terminated his wife hours before this, and now he actually terminated himself in this.
Yeah, I guess that's the house there.
Yes, sir. Would you mind keeping 14125 Hanover?
Not that I agree with that. If anybody's sick, they should call. And if you need help, you probably should call and get help from your local professionals.
He does have a gun, y'all. We know that. We have officers with their weapons drawn, pointed at the house. I do appreciate them for my safety, though. I really do, for sure. But you know, this is where I'm at.
I'm trying to be
what's up.
cordial because they're watching my live stream.
I'm the press. Too bad them damn bushes was in the way. We had a full shot. So that's the garage. That's the house right there, guys. Right there. That's the house. I can't read the chat because I'm not allowed. I can't get that far. But if everybody can see that, okay.
Let me speed this up a little bit.
All right. Cool. Thanks. Appreciate that. Yeah, I guess he got, maybe they did a welfare check or something, or We got radio silence right now, so really don't know what's going on. Man.
I don't know what was happening. I think it was a YouTube thing.
Space 3 on the air with a vehicle fire. Vehicle fire binding any course. Engine 2 responding.
Yeah, they
Space 3 will show engine 2 en route, binding any course for vehicle fire. Single occupant out of the vehicle.
Yeah, they even have it. I mean, they have people that they train for that. Yeah. All it is grab a camera, get in the best position you can. And here, have a couple of weapons on you just in case you need to fire back. We're not in a war zone, at least not yet. Now, see, here's where SWAT comes out.
Scared. He's in the backyard. SWAT is.
See, they don't know what he's doing. This guy is already holding somebody hostage. They don't know if they're alive or dead or nothing.
They're fixing the breach. I think he's about hurt. And I'm here. He's on the radio talking shit. Yeah, he's gonna hop that fence and go in there.
Anyways. Yeah. I guess if I was AFA or Chuck Bronson or one of these guys out here, there'd be 10,000 people watching that, you know.
Razor from engine 2. Space 3.
Anyways, I proved to you where they tried to tell me, and I'm like, no. And I used the information, that I had at the time, knowing dang well, look, I control my own safety. I'm on private property. Here, let's look at this again.
Just 2 streets east of the Wyandotte line, and you have downriver SWAT. Look, there they are. See, downriver SWAT's right there. See them? They're all over the place. They wanted to make sure that backyard, but now I know for a fact that it is that brick house. Ladies and gentlemen, we know it. It's the brick house.
I did. You just wasn't here, bro.
Yes, the brick house.
Why don't you go back and pay attention?
For sure.
You rewind. That's your business, not mine.
See, they try to get you. See the technique he used. Did you see that police officer? Did you guys see that police officer when he walked from the gate, went over there, jumped the fence, went to the tree, and pointed the gun the other way? See, that's a tactic that they use with us. They don't want this recorded at all. They don't want to see this because if they screw up, they're open to lawsuits and qualified immunity issues.
Now, that is true. But see, they really didn't know where he was because the officers did point the other way. They were pointing their guns north, and then all of a sudden they started pointing their guns south. And then they started pointing their guns north again. And then a little bit later, I just heard the final fatal blow that the guy self-terminated.
So that's why they don't like cameras, because they're human. They screw up all the time. They'll violate people's rights. You get what you give. You see, 4 or 5 times he was giving me demands to do that. And I'm like, no, I have permission to be here. I don't have to do that.
I'm on private property. You know what I mean?
I ain't leaving. Why the hell should I leave? I'm not on nobody else's property, but the owner says I can be here. I'm here. And that's that. Because Wolverine Transparency, you don't back down. You understand? Ain't no reason to. I'm not a criminal. I'm going to be honest with you. Some of these cops I get along with. He's hopping the fence again, y'all. He's coming back over. Laid his weapon down.
See, they didn't know where he was.
Yeah, safely laying the weapon down. Okay, thank you. Appreciate it.
That was other neighbors telling me
Okay.
that I can stay as long as I want. I can use the other properties if I want to, where they're at. That was the guy that was in this backyard telling me that I can use theirs as well. Saying I can stay as long as I want. Did you hear that? Listen.
You here? I'm here. And that's that. Because Wolverine Transparency, you don't back down. You understand? Ain't no reason to. I'm not a criminal. I'm going to be honest with you. Some of these cops I get along with. He's hopping the fence again, y'all. He's coming back over. He laid his weapon down. Yeah, safely laying the weapon down. Okay, thank you.
I'm going to head over to Ruby. Stay there as long as you want. Quote unquote.
Appreciate it. Okay. He come back over. See, they might have him trapped right in here. That other officer has his gun drawn out too.
See, the other guy told me I could stay where I was, and then that guy told me I could stay, actually go in that backyard where they was, all the way up to their back porch, which is right over here.
So, they're looking for him. They're looking for him. Look, man, I don't want nobody to get shot. I hope they have him. You know what? He walked away and put his gun back in his holster. What's that mean, y'all? I didn't hear him say nothing. There's no chatter. You hear it? I got my radio on. No chatter.
Total radio silence.
As far as I'm concerned, he could be in this bush. But if you were, sir, I wouldn't tell him. Just give me your story. You're in the bush. Give me your story,
I'm
man.
crazy, I know.
I'm live.
Because of what happened.
Because they're looking in bushes.
If that guy
So I
was
figured I'd ask.
really in that bush, I might have had a problem.
Never know. I wouldn't tell on him. Not here to tell on nobody. I'm here to just disseminate what's in front of you. See if we can't get a resolution to our problem here, huh? Got the whole freaking neighborhood held up. What in the Sam hell? They must be that must have been the pre-sweep of the property before they breach. So
Exactly.
they're probably going to breach,
Good point.
guys.
I'm going to
They're
read
probably
that.
gonna-
If fireman cried, officer safety like police do, this world would burn. He's right.
Be hearing all kinds of boom, boom, and bam, bam. And that's that. Let me go back out. Let me go back out. So, MCC, if you're watching, man.
No, I need to redo this video. This is when I was a rookie at all my stuff. And so here, yeah, they come up to here. Let's watch them over here. He really didn't know where he was. They did not know where he was.
Go ahead.
Emergency, the fire's under control at this time.
I understand.
The vehicle's going to be
I understand.
inoperable, so I'm going to need a hook for one.
I'm looking out.
Copy, hook for one.
I know you guys are sweating your balls off in them things, man.
It was like 95 degrees that day with 98% humidity. They were
Sitting here
soaked.
sweating my balls off in my
They
shirt.
had to.
I got a pair of
I had shorts on.
pair of shorts on. So you know they're soaked. Some moron. See, they're looking. They're pointing at a. They're doing a sweep all the backyards. They're yelling at him right now. Okay. It's not every day you see the military walking down the street. Because that's what they look like anyway. Damn, dog. Yeah. They think he's out, armed, and he's dangerous. As you heard, the 2 SWAT officers told me that I was not safe, and that's what they're doing. They're going around. So, look, guys, I died 10 times. I ain't scared. I ain't scared. Fear, that's in another life, man. Fear is in another life, y'all. That's a fact. Fear is another life.
Fear is the opposite of liberty. You know that?
I ain't got time for it. Whew. I don't care what these phones say. I don't care what anything says. You know what? Don't be surprised.
YouTube.
If they catch him in the pool taking a last step before he goes, oh, doing his last blast, smoking his last cigarette.
Oh man, boy, I was really having a sense of humor, boy.
Say it ain't so,
Nah.
y'all. Say it ain't so.
That garage right there, he's in there that whole time alive.
Wolverine bringing it to you
You
live.
guys are gonna hear the boom
Standoff. Popo.
where he takes him,
Over here in Lincoln Park, Michigan.
ends himself.
2 miles south Detroit City. For sure.
Get him, get down, no doubt.
They don't know where he's at. They want to know, but they don't know.
301 radio.
Might get some information right here.
Hey, sir, can you show me a route to Ramos Liquor on the follow-up?
Something to think about there, Hank.
Okay, let's see. So this guy, they probably got about
I'm just
maybe
proving
30
to
SWAT
you,
guys out here
you
right
know, on private property, just like it was at the Walgreens, you know, that's in Michigan, the same city this is in, or same state this is in. The laws are all the same, you know. The law is enforced pretty much the same in Tyrant and Kingland here
now.
in Michigan.
Surrounded neighborhood because they
Yeah, it's
don't know where
Kingland,
he's
all
at.
right.
You know they're not going to tell me that, but you know damn well if they're out searching the yards.
YouTube kept
You know
on
they
throwing
don't.
up
They
that
know
thing.
damn well
I
they don't
what
know
the
where
hell
he's
is
at.
going on.
They don't know.
So they're sitting there looking at me like, this mother is crazy. We don't know where he's at. They're watching me think I'm gonna get, you know, my ding dong put in the dirt, you know, by the
They
dude
lost their
that's on the loose.
suspect. All they know is he lives right there. He lives right there, guys. That brick house where you can't see because of the bushes. That's his garage. But y'all from the Tennessee, if you're paying attention, you see how that cop changes tactics? Did you see that? Did you see that? Did you see? Let's see. So I don't want to say it's. Yep. Hey, Tennessee, the question. Did you see that? Did you see him switch up that tactic? He was over here. That's the first cop that was telling me. He was saying, hey, you're in danger. And he was pointing to my right, which is north, which is the brick house we're looking at right now. Here, let me kind of get out of chat for a second, zoom out. Yeah, and then that cop, about 5 minutes later, jumps the fence. He was right here at that spot right there, but back of that garage, jumped it, walked over to there, walked to that tree right there, okay? And then he turned around and pointed the weapon south as the other officer was in checking every bush in that backyard, starting with
They
all
really
these down the
didn't know where he
fence,
was.
then hopped it, then came on back over there, then went back down that brick where that brick house is right there, walked out to that other street, then walked up over here, and 2 other people came out. Yep. For you guys just coming in, I'm gonna tell you something. Downriver, I'm hearing fire trucks come to the scene. And here's what I'm thinking. They have a new technique out now. I don't know, some of you've known this, some of you might not. They actually will break a window on the north and the east side of the house, whatever's convenient for them, from one side to the other, and just fill it full of water. And the doors and the windows just bust out, and even the dogs and the assailant will all roll out the front door because it's too much pressure. It's crazy. I've seen it happen. Wow. And that is wind out. Wind out. Even though there's a next jurisdiction over, that is their tactic. And I'm hearing fire trucks pull up. So they just might get everything that's alive in that house to roll out the front window. Damn dog. Or we'll come out shooting one. I hope not, but glad I got that on camera. It'd be something else. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Wolverine Transparency channel, where I'm bringing you live a standoff with police, Lincoln Park. Welcome, everybody, for sure. Welcome. I got a cop staring me down over there on his radio. Here, I got to stop chat for a second so I can zoom in. See him? He's a newbie. He's probably reporting me. But you see, I got the channel open, guys. I got the channel wide open. I got 9 frequencies open just in my city, and ain't using none of them. They're on SWAT right now. I got to get that from my homie. He'll give it to me. I'll get that shit, and we'll program that in. Get her done. Yeah, they don't got him yet. I know they don't. They don't even know where he's at. Could be up in his tree. Here, you up there, homie? Tell you what, don't say if you are.
Station 62, 715.
I get it. You guys got.
So I walk
Let
right
Wolverine Transparency
walking back
alone.
around
Do
and
what
see
the
where they're all
Constitution
at.
says I can do.
I haven't
Yeah,
seen no
buddy.
movement in a while.
Am I still there? Hold up, chat. I just
It's a
seen something
very
funny
long
on
video.
my thing. See, they're telling him they're not going to let him back in if he leaves. So he better be off, park his shit, and get his bike out so he can come back and forth. So SWAT has the neighborhood surrounded. They've been in at least 9 backyards so far.
704,
They don't have their suspect, and that's really crazy. They do not know where their suspect is at. Only take a couple steps at a time.
704, 715.
See, they're starting to run for the camera, y'all. Why do they always run for the camera? Especially the detectives. See, the detective, he's hiding. He's hiding. Here come a guy with a weapon with mass destruction. He got a camera. Getting their shit. Oh, they gonna put up the yellow tape.
Redistributed tape. Look.
Yellow tape, yeah. See, that's the operating standard procedure anyway. That's what they're supposed to do. Good job.
It did make sense.
No orders, just put up the yellow tape. That's awesome. It's the first time I've seen it. That's first. You don't have to. Tape says it all. It's the law.
704, Station 6.
Enforcement, right? You're law enforcement. Law says you put up yellow tape, you can't cross it. And I ain't trying to be an asshole because I look out for my Lincoln Park cops.
Yeah, you called over the line. Everything's all right. I'm passing Sycamore Bend heading that way.
Not that I'm a bootlicker. I don't like nobody's boot.
715, Station 6.
That know me very well.
Station 6.
Just them wind-up bitches. I can't stand them.
Sorry, my radio was down. I spoke to the patrons. Everything's fine. We're just heading back to the park office. They just want a refund.
They might have changed their department, but they're a bunch of parents. It was 12 years ago when they violated my rights. Of course, I had to take them downtown and put them in check. They got the yellow tape up. That's what happens when they don't know where their suspect's at.
Now, if I was that person that lived there, I'd be like, what are you doing?
Oh my God, he's all buttered. Look at him. He's over there laughing. He's laughing, guys. I know that laugh. I know it. Oh, that dog just bit. That dog just bit that cop. That's so
Yeah,
funny.
I remember that was off camera. That dog come out there and bit that.
Come on,
He
bit him in
that
that
cop. He must have been a good judging character.
good leg. He's going back for some more. Oh, that was funny shit. He bit him in the leg, man. Bit him in the leg.
Imagine what these
See, if I actually went by their MCL on preserving evidence, they would have to prove that this guy is actually out here and has dropped some evidence. They have to have a an affidavit sworn to that. If I really wanted to push the envelope, I could tell them to fuck off and just walk past this. Y'all want me to? They can't arrest me. They'd be stupid to do it live because I'm not between them and their assailant because they don't know where their assailant's at.
They don't.
They don't know where he's at, man. Y'all seen the way they were pointing their guns north, they were pointing their guns south, they pointed them east, then they pointed them west. They don't know where he's at. I'm gonna give him a break, man.
603 ready.
I'm gonna give him a break.
Yes, ma'am. Reference that follow-up. The address heading to is 6961 Sonora Drive.
Copy.
Dude with the man bun.
Hey, dog. You know what you do is you go get your scooter or get on a bike and do it. You're a pedestrian, man. You can do that. You live here.
I'm picking my nose. So what?
Tells me I can't be back there, right? Look, got people over there. You got people over there. All kinds of people behind that line.
I'm gonna see if I go get me a doctor.
Ain't doing nothing anyway. They don't even know where he's at. But I got enough content down here. They waited for me because the rest of these people are, they're sheep. They don't know no better. So when I told them, you got to get that tape out, right? See, they didn't have it up. And when my motherfucking ass come down there, what happened? They put it up. That's right. Just wanted to point that out. Just wanted to point it out because they ain't doing nothing.
Rescue 1 en route to Special Tree.
It's like they're about to move that.
Hey, Trail Show Rescue 1 en route to Special Tree. We have a 43-year-old male, CPR in progress. Patient is in room 203.
Dan, they got to call the ambulance to the hospital. Do you hear that? It's got to be an old folks home.
So this dude,
Room 203.
they really don't know where he's at, ladies and gentlemen. Honestly, they don't know where he's at.
They're everywhere.
So now they're repositioning.
Watch them run these cones over. How much y'all want to bet you run these cones over? Gonna go up on the curb because they had no respect. Wow, look at that. He's surprising the shit out of me. There you go. Get it together. He's gonna back in that driveway right there and he's gonna pull out. That's what he's doing. Unless he's backing it up. Ain't doing a lot of driving, just turn around.
Talking.
Do a lot of driving.
We do. What the Wolverine family does, man, when they come here. Free to talk. Free to express yourself. Let it be known. I think this is where it happened.
See that? Told you.
All right, so what they're doing right there.
Wolverine knows, man.
Tactic that they're using.
They got that motherfucking siren right in his motherfucking living room. They busted out the window. They put the boom on the end of that SWAT truck. That thing is loud as hell inside your house.
Land, then.
You have to. You have to. You have to. Yeah, go ahead. In the neighborhood, they got the boom in his house. Live and exclusive. You know me. Downriver's finest doing their thing. I think they got the boom inside the house, like I said, with the siren on it, driving them nuts.
I mean, me this close, I'm telling you guys, when you guys hear that final boom, that's old boy taking himself out, and it's going to happen anytime now. See, they're driving him crazy with that.
See, if the guy don't come out in about a half hour,
living room,
you know he's nuts. Because that'll drive a sane person crazy.
Side, the booms.
That's a flat out fact. I don't care who you are.
The window and turn on that siren. Wee woo, wee woo, wee woo.
Check them out, guys.
You know,
there they go. Check it out, guys. I'm an exclusive. Yeah, buddy. Tell him to come out with his arms raised. They got this shit ready. They got this shit ready to go. There you go, neighbor. You can see it live if you're watching, neighbor. Gene's neighbor, you know who you are. See him?
He might have been watching himself live before he offed himself. He knew they were coming in. And he knew he was never getting out. This guy's a moron. He had already unlived his wife, so.
Guy's got, he ain't getting out. I don't know why he ain't coming out. Okay, they're gonna go over to the next yard. All right, guys, let's get it. It's coming down to that. They're sneaking up on him. They're sneaking up on him. They're sneaking up on him. Yep, they're sneaking. I said they were here to help. Come to the front door with your arms raised. You guys can hear that? Come on, y'all. Y'all.
See, I thought that was them making entry, and it wasn't.
Wolverine Transparency.
When I was on the scene, I literally thought it was a boom, right? That they set off. It wasn't. They went
1942.
That was the time, y'all.
He's in that garage right now.
7:42.
Just letting you know, he's in that garage right in front of that cop right now. That SWAT member.
Another SWAT just pulled up. I just seen him. I was looking behind over here. You hear that? You hear it's backing up right now.
426 base, you can show us out.
Yep. They're out.
Copy. 1942.
I heard that. There's your. See, they're all there. They're ready. They're ready to pounce, dudes.
Listen.
They're ready to pounce. They're gonna bite that ass. This motherfucker needs to behave himself. Come on, hey, you're watching yourself, homie. Get the fuck out of there. Don't get yourself shot. These tyrants will shoot your ass. Tell your old lady to fucking, you'll forgive her that. I'm joking, y'all. Javier, that's his name. Hey, that is the subject's name. I don't like to be called a subject. That is the human being's name. Ooh, bam. If you ain't used to that shit, you'll shit your pants.
There it is. You guys hear that?
Watching yourself, homie. Get the fuck out of there. Don't get yourself shot. These tyrants will shoot your ass. Tell your old lady to fucking, you'll forgive her that. I'm joking, y'all. Javier, that's his name. Hey, that is the subject's name. I don't like to be called a subject. That is the human being's name. Ooh. If you ain't used to that shit, you'll shit your pants.
There it is. So again, this is why I'm showing you this. All right. This guy was lawfully, in this situation, this was unlawful, right? So let's go back to over here where on my live, Grand Rapids, here's my story. Let me show you exactly what I'm saying. Let me break this down again before I bounce. So this right here started off as a guy that was armed. He had a long gun and a short gun, sidearm, and he was exercising his Second Amendment right. They're not telling you that in this. I gathered that because I'm a professional and I know what I'm doing. And they needed, it's a false narrative that Grand Rapids and Michigan and the state of Michigan and the kingship that the Democrats have been talking about, they're right on some of it, but they're displacing some of the truth because it's not the president, it's all of them. They're being biased. It's all of these people. They're all committing treason. They're all freaking saying things that are just unconstitutional, like we see here. He's telling this guy to back up on private property. He has no authority over there.
That way.
He has no authority over there.
He's got two hands.
Keep going, dude.
We get one more car here.
Yeah.
He'll come back to us.
Yep.
He was compliant. He's open carrying.
Yep.
See that?
Get back
He's open carrying. He even said it. So it's not once they find out that he's legal, boom, it's all good. Now let's pay attention to what these black people are saying over here in this parking lot, because obviously these white cops keep this crap going and they escalate this stuff, and it makes me think, you know, they didn't do that to me even when a guy was committing a crime. You know what I'm saying? Can you imagine? Do you see why I think it's kind of racist? Because these are same racist cops. It's the same freaking operating standard procedures and the rest. This is Grand Rapids, Michigan. That was the Wyandotte. Wyandottes even worse than Grand Rapids. As a matter of fact.
Get back over this way, everyone, please. Let's go. You're in the backstop, man. Okay, we need to get you back just because
She's
you're
like,
in the
this is private property.
background of could be bad situation. Okay, back up. Back up. Back up. They already told me what's going on, so back up.
So
please.
let me articulate what's happening, what this lady's trying to say, as this entitled pignoramus continues to talk to this lady in the manner that he's speaking to her, or she's speaking to her, is that she's delegitimizing. She's acting like that kingship that everybody's talking about. They think they're kings. They think they're the king's guards. You know what I'm saying? They think they're the king's lords. They're lords over you. You know, the king's lords over you. And how dare you have your own opinion? How dare you have your judge, your free thinking mind to say, look, man, I know I don't need you to tell me you ain't my mommy, you ain't my daddy. Why are you talking to me like this? You know, so a lot of these situations, I'm just educating you. This is not true, and this is all a false narrative here.
Please back.
Keep going. Go now.
All right, you see this unlawful order this guy's given? This Nazi right here, this king, one of the king's lords. Yeah, he's given an unlawful order.
It's your last chance. You're going to jail. Back up now.
Go around the
Private
other
property has no authority on this property.
side of the Walgreens. While you're in their backdrops.
Now, do you guys see this guy right here? He's got his hands up and he's ready to surrender. And these guys are just, the sergeant is just, you know, continuing this perceived authority that they so-called have.
So it's not a good place to stand.
Okay, last chance to go to the sidewalk. You're going to jail.
It's going down the hill. Stop right there. I'm having you come to your right, okay? Come to me. Keep coming this way. Come 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 this way. Stop right there. Okay.
It's right here on my hip, and then you can take this off my neck.
All right. I'm going to take this off of you.
Yep. It's one in the head, in the chamber.
That's on me. Sorry, Sean.
And then you could just take this off my neck. It's strapped on.
Yeah, 419-17 out that way.
All right. Yeah, that's on me.
I'm going to find out who this guy is, and I'm going to go out and record him. I'll go recording with him.
Pistol, the AR pistol, is in this wallet right here.
Okay, perfect.
Hopefully he lives in Michigan.
All right. Anything else on you?
No. You go inside me down there.
Now, remember that guy? He said you're going to go to jail because they let that guy go for inserting his Second Amendment right and exercising his Second Amendment right. While exercising it, this guy was giving him unlawful orders. So it wasn't the situation that it appears to be, that police continue to gaslight the community, gaslight me, gaslight you, and everybody listening to the sound of my voice. They're gaslighting you in this video, trying to make you think that guy, they checked his name out, he was lawfully carrying, they let him go, that situation's over. They told him to leave private property on a situation they had no authority on, where they didn't have to shut it down. It wasn't an emergency. It was all them overreacting. So he arrests this black guy.
Sir, you're
Look,
under arrest. Put your hands on top of your head.
Listen, I put my life
your
on the
hand-
line for that
Don't
kid.
dig
I
around
know,
in your
I'm taking my
pockets.
phone away.
Right?
Listen, hey,
Back up or you will go too. Back up or you will go to
Will you
jail
take
too.
my phone, please? Okay, I said get down, damn it. Hey.
violent crash.
Back up now or you go to jail. Back up. Back up now.
Come on, man.
You need to back up.
Don't touch me. Do not touch
Back
me,
up.
dude.
Back.
I said don't touch me.
The guy pushed him down for it.
Stop now.
I want to see the rest of that video. Why'd they cut the rest of that video out? Where is it? Where'd it go? But do you guys see? I proved to you in this video that you're showing, right? That I'm showing you today, that I was in even worse circumstances and had SWAT out there that has pretty much, they got to go on their own instincts. And they don't play if they think that you're committing a crime. They put you down and it's over. And that's what's happening here. So when you seen that cop escalate this after this guy got arrested, when he told him to get off, this was an unlawful arrest right here. And you guys should never let this happen. Damn it. I have to get another plug for this because this is not. I'll do it one more time.
Well, you're in their backdrop, so it's not a good place to stand.
Okay, last chance to go to the sidewalk, you're going to jail.
Going down the hill. Stop right there. I'm having you come to your right, okay?
Yes, sir.
Come to me. Keep coming this way. Come this way. Come this way. Come this.
Like I said, this is all private property. After they disarmed this guy and lawfully know that he's carrying, and they made this situation worse than what it was, and they escalate, and these poor people that they go after just because this perceived action of attempted cop.
Sir, you're under arrest. Put your hands on top of your head.
Listen, I put my life
your
on the
hand-
line for that kid.
Don't dig
I know,
around in
I'm
your
taking my
pockets.
phone away.
Right?
Listen, hey.
Back up or you will go too. Back up or you will go to
Will you
jail
take
too.
my phone, please? Okay, I said get down, damn it. Hey.
Back up now or you go to jail. Back up. Back up now.
Come on, man.
You need to back up.
Don't touch me. Do not touch
Back
me,
up.
dude.
Back.
I said don't touch me.
This is nuts, man.
Stop now.
The Grand Rapids issue that played out and escalated with Grand Rapids police. You know, they call it a critical, they call this a critical showing where the two men at Boston, I guess they were arrested for concerns about potential police misconduct, excessive force leading to filed complaint, investigation, oversight committee. Yeah, they're not showing it. Chief responded, Grand Rapids Police Chief William, blah, 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 actions stating with the video didn't fully capture the situation and that Oh, they're saying that they didn't fully capture it. Bull crap. They're lying again. I'm not going to even read the rest of that. I don't want to. It's just disgusting. Excessive force, June 16. Just happens. Today. Just happened earlier today. It's just, this is, let's see what these people are saying about it. Let's see if we got any more video on it. See, they're not going to show it. They're not going to show it because they know they're wrong, man. They know they're wrong. It only shows a little bit. They see if these guys got any, see if there's any blogs that got it. Anybody else was recording today? Please tell me that there was somebody else recording. All right, yeah, there was. Hold up. Hold on. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. All right. Oh, don't start that shit on me, please. I can't stand this stuff, guys. Get out of there. Get out of there. Get out of there. I don't want to go to that. Get out of there. Get out of there. Get out of there. Get the out of there. You son of a biscuit. Where'd I see that at? Now I got to find it again. Because these people are. All right, here it is. I'm going to put this one in here. Put this right here. I don't know what's in this video, so I got to be careful. Viewer discretion is advised. This is somebody else's stuff, and I am using it in fair use due to the unlawful organized outcome of a call for service that went totally wrong, because these kingmen, the lords of the kings, lords are coming out trying to escalate things and trying to get people to demand people to listen to them. Listen, you cops that are listening to me out there, are you trying to destabilize the country? Because the more you escalate, the more people are going to say we live in a constitutional republic. And you know what they got? They got what you got and more of it. You need to stop.
Small Business Month by giving you the $1,000.
I mean, get rid of that. I don't watch a commercial. I say YouTube.
Good afternoon, West Michigan. I'm Julia Gorman in for Juliet and Elena. We are hearing from Grand Rapids Police Chief Eric Winstrom on 3 big stories today. First, an encounter between officers and community members in the Boston Square neighborhood. It was caught on camera and posted on social media. 13 on your side's Callie Lichter is live now outside the police department downtown. Callie, you just talked with the chief. What did he have to say about this?
Julia, Winstrom says he stands behind his officers' conduct. And
I'm sure he does. That's what makes him a tyrant, ladies and gentlemen. That's what makes him a treasonist. And that's why these feds, if they can get their crap together and start following the law, they actually need to come and arrest these people and go to each one of these people in their municipalities and take over by the supreme law of the land by making them come up to force and code.
Circulating social media are just part of the story.
You see that? The guy, we seen what they seen, right? This was all under an unlawful arrest. Hold up, let me back this up. We'll watch it and then I'm going to stop it and we're going to go through it again. Hold up. That's right. Now, I have law that backs up what this man is doing. Okay? It's It's State versus Mobley. Let's look that up real quick. I'll bring this up while this is playing. State v. Mobley.
Those were some of the yells you hear in a video circulating around social media showing a physical altercation between GRPD officers and men in the Boston Square neighborhood. Windstrom says officers were in the area because there was concern over a group of men who allegedly had an AR-15 rifle and a 9mm handgun. While officers talked to the group, he says the individuals from the Boston Square Neighborhood Association came out and inserted themselves in the situation and got arrested. A man was tased, but Windstrom...
You see, when you redress your government, they say you're inserting yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, you do not have to put up with that. That is not, and all these bootlicking outlets, that's why they don't watch you. That's why people on social media get more views together than you'll ever get, because you're wrong. And we will show how wrong you are with your proper speaking and your educational manipulation. We don't want to hear that crap no more. Heck, I would rather hear a mumbling, stumbling fool that talks 10 times worse than me articulate the truth than be lied to by fake news. Right?
Says the officer gave 9 verbal commands before an escalation of force. He says he holds his officers to a high standard, and it's frustrating to see this type of...
Wait till this goes to the federal court. If they get the right person, the prosecutor ain't even going to prosecute this, because they didn't. Just because it was a high stress situation doesn't give police justification to put their hands on people, to give unlawful authority, unlawful arrest, and keep this unlawful deterrent going. Because every time it goes to the appellate courts, they lose.
Response from the community when he believes
most people can't afford it.
Officers were doing their job.
You'll ask my union what they think about it, of the standards I hold the officers. They'll tell you that it's too high, that I hold my officers to too high a standard. I hold them to the highest standard because we want to be proud.
So we already know that this video that I showed you at My Life said that he was lawfully engaging in a constitutional demonstration where these police officers didn't even have the right to come up and ID him. But they did, because they got a call for service. That's what they're justifying. You guys are letting them get away with that. That's lie number 1. Lie number 2 is that he's sitting here trying to gaslight you. I hold these guys to blah, 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 blah. No, that's not true. They're talking about their little policies, what they write down on these little... I can write that down on a little piece of paper right here and say us 4 people are going to follow it. And that would be called a manifesto if we carried it out, right? Because that's what the bootlickers don't understand. The tyrants that are afraid the people that are afraid of the Lord's kings and tyrants, right, don't want to get caught up into these wars. I'm not worried about it, because I got something greater than they know, and they know it. I've already demonstrated it. I'm going to be who I am until the day I die, because I don't break the law. I back the law. I enforce the law.
Want to be known as the best, and I
used to be. I did break in a few laws back in the day, young and stupid, and I took ownership of that. I even did time for it. It is what it is. Can't help it. A man pulled a gun on me, man. It is what it is. I didn't do nothing wrong. I was robbed. Instead of calling the police, because I'm not a cop caller, they said I should have called the police on him, when he's already had the cops come in his house and take his guns 7 times on the record to come out in the trial. That's why they charged me with assault with intent, and they found me guilty of felonious assault, because my hands were weapons, because I was a boxer. Boo!
The best. So frustrating that when these men and women are doing exactly what they're supposed to be doing, to making sure that those armed individuals aren't talking about, we're not discussing the 7th and 8th murder of the year.
Windstrom says he knows the 2 individuals who were arrested and says they are good people who made a bad choice.
You hear that bull crap? You hear that? You hear that? Now what they're doing is cop-splaining, and that's going to be for the reason later on, if you see them, the prosecutor dismissed the case, you'll see it. Because I know these black people are going to fight. They're going to fight. And they have the law behind them.
As body-worn cameras are reviewed after a complaint about officer behavior. Live at the Grand Rapids Police Department, I'm Kelly Lichter, 13 on your side.
Yeah, on your side, my butt. You guys are liars and you're bootlickers. And I proved that in this video right here that I had up. So let's just bring up the law on this is Supreme Court, North Carolina. Johnson Justice. Okay. The offense of resisting arrest, both common law known under the statute 1422-3, proposes unlawful arrest. It is axiomatic that every person that has the right to resist an unlawful arrest. In such case, a person attempting to arrest stands in a position of a wrongdoer that may be arrested by the use of force as self-defense. And then you got State v. Beal, State v. Allen, State v. Kirby, and where else? That's it. So, excuse me, State v. Curtis. Yeah, so you got like 5 or 6 different places you can go into. Oh, wait a minute. I didn't bring that up, did I? My fault, guys. Dang it. I didn't share it. Darn it. Not like anybody listens anyway. All right, there it is right there. So I brought it up in big. So right here. It is axiomatic that every person that has the right to resist a unlawful arrest, such case as a person attempting the arrest stands in a position of a wrongdoer and may resist by the use of force as self-defense. Now, here's those other, where to go? Where to go? That's weird. Where to go? Stop it. So if you want to see this, it is 83 SE 2nd 100 1954 240 NC 476 State v. Mobley, number 506 Supreme Court, North Carolina. And there it is. All right, so I'll read it again. Every person, I'll read it again. Every person has a right to resist an unlawful arrest. In such case, the person attempting the arrest stands in a position of a wrongdoer and may be resisted by the use of force as a self-defense. So, State v. Beal, State v. Allen, State v. Belk, stop it. State v. Brandt, and State v. Kirby. There you go. There's 5 different case laws for it. Anyways, that's what they did to you. So you bootlickers out there, you know, you keep doing it. And one day this is all going to catch up to you, because I believe a U.S. precedent said if you're not willing to fight for your freedom and you're just going to let these people have it, you deserve what they do to you. So that'll happen to you. It will happen to you one day. You will be in a position where one of these people will be in their attitude, and you'll be like, well, look, man, I didn't mean it like that. Doesn't matter. You should have listened to me. Why are you yelling at me? Because I can't. You want to go to jail? And you're like, what are you talking about? Instead of taking control in the beginning. Stop, cease and desist, stay 10 feet away from me. I don't want to talk to you. I know my rights. Blah, blah, blah. And then give them those rights. Give them those rights. It's just that simple. All right. I'm going to go back quiet reading the mail. I don't know. My wife's bitching about something. But anyway, see you guys. See you won't want to be you. And you can look all this stuff up and you can read it for yourself. Don't take my word for it. You know, there's always somebody out there, right? There's always something that can give you more substantive value, and you'll figure it out. I promise. Until then, Wolvie's going back quiet reading the mail for show.
No, you ain't. No, you ain't. You're not gonna touch me. You're out of policy. No, I don't have to.
Get rid of some of the bias that you have for people with cameras.